Just say that it was smoke screens and voicemail. There was actually no fact. I mean, even that day at that center where they launched the 5G, there was no 5G network, and there is no 5G anywhere. If there was 5G, I haven't directed the NCA or NGIC to turn off any 5G site. We would have seen it.
Government accountability series, and it was a turn of Minister for Communication and Digital Technology and Innovation in the person of Honorable Sam Nate George. Eko PMO was judgment now. Say Nabusia, and now mensa and order to go and setting record straight amounts now. TRC 1 data bundler say a depleted very fast. I will who I want TRC 2. Minister for Communications, other director say Dstv. One services and a boy ding. Our cashier, one mom deadline say one till packages prices no so. About suspended multi-TV broadcast Ghana effective August 7. Date no cancer. And what you know, Yebeka during the tenure of the Nadan Kwakufo under the leadership of the then Minister for Communications and Technology, Honorable Esla Owusu Ekufu. Obeka say one launch 5G network Ghana and one sembe naba. Some Nate George will say a scam. There's no 5G network in Ghana. I'm sure say feel free to answer me home. Now, if you know, subscribe here, subscribe to Musica TV or YouTube, follow Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram for latest updates. And then never talk about say Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation, Sam Nate George, Eko PMO, Government Accountability Series. I'm a penny, Mahama buying Jumedia would you know the Buaban Jumahun Kunta Ghana from sector to sector. So it was a turn of the Minister of Communications. No coach say, or certain will be 3 record straight. 1. Dstv. One charges on what letter mom say they should review their prices down by 30%. So by Ghana for consumers, they will get some relief in the payment of their subscription. And no children will say, I said their multi-choice for na said the asobrachi kakra, the kind of person will be argument to amount up to August 7 said. If they do not review their prices downwards, they should shut or suspend the broadcast of multi-TV in Ghana. And don't you know, I have some Sebeka Sepa Ebusia or the Atugwa.
Now, Multi-Choice Ghana. I made the announcement that I had directed Multi-Choice to be present at the ministry for a meeting. At that meeting, we requested a 30% reduction in pricing for subscribers of Multi-Choice Ghana's packages. The meeting addressed public concerns about affordability, value for money, and fairness in service delivery. I made clear the ministry's expectation that pricing structures had to be responsive to Ghana's current economic context. I made a formal request of 30% reduction in the package pricing and gave a deadline of July 21st for a formal response from Multi-Choice. On the 21st of July this year, I received a 9-page letter from Multi-Choice detailing why they were refusing to reduce their pricing. Their reasons included that the cedi had depreciated in the preceding 8 years by 240%, and they claimed that my request for a reduction on the basis of the appreciation of the cedi was unfounded because, in their words, the appreciation of the Ghanaian cedi over the last 6 months has been a fluke which could not be sustainable. As minister, my fidelity is to the Ghanaian people. I have had to act in the interest of the Ghanaian people, and I believe that the Ghanaian people have been fleeced and exploited for too long. I wrote back to the NCA on Monday and directed the NCA in that letter to suspend the broadcasting license of DSTV effective 7th of August 2025 if they fail to effect a reduction in their bundle prices. I cannot, as minister, serving the Ghanaian people, continue to watch what can best be described as plain stealing happening to the Ghanaian people. In my letter to them, I gave them scenarios from 7 markets that DSTV is operating in. The same content in the premium bouquet that is offered to Ghanaians for $83 equivalent is offered to Nigerians for $29 equivalent. How can anyone explain this price disparity to me? Enough of the mistreatment of the Ghanaian consumer. They either comply with the reduction, because in Nigeria, in the same time frame that they say the Ghanaian cedi has depreciated by 240%, the Nigerian naira has depreciated by 409%. If Nigerians are paying equivalent of $29, DSTV must charge same here in Ghana, or we will suspend their broadcasting license effective 7th of August 2025.
And which was also chile say Ghana no complaints on Yabako as a minister and say autoband line check na I say one shum band no phone so to see an answer. When you download the Bakwa, share. There's when you go Facebook, YouTube, I say data in asa. Nemo Yabakaya July 1st year na other revision by all the network operators no revising on data bundles and then the prices are na a year fine. Nemo complaints on your chair say autoband line check nasa. I don't know why on TRC. I don't know what the record straight said. Was 30 committee said they should investigate that report. But all the feedback that he has gotten shows that the operators are doing what they are supposed to do. They are not shortchanging any consumer. And don't you know, we'll be checking the phone settings. What I call to auto updater, now turning off because I guess our data the best now be blame say honorable Nyeshi data and we just why the best in the interest of Ghanaian consumers. And notice so data sign. Check your settings. That
has become topical of data running faster and disappearing. Let me be clear. My fidelity and that of the ministry and the government of President Mahama is to the Ghanaian people. Our interest is the best interest of the Ghanaian people. However, these are technical issues that we would only be able to act on the basis of evidence and not sentiments. I have seen a number of complaints on social media, and I've set up a specialized task force at the NCA and at all the mobile network operators to deal with these complaints. Let me state on the record, every single one of the complaints that have been referred to the team have been investigated, and all of them have proven that it is user settings and user behaviors that have affected the use of their data, and that there has been no price tampering. Let me reiterate, I will not hesitate to deal decisively as minister with any telecom company that falters or alters the pricing that is approved by the NCA. But unless there is evidence of same, you cannot punish somebody just because people are making a claim that is not backed by the evidence. And I can show to the media today evidence, maybe in the Q&A, of some of these instances. In fact, the last one that was dealt with, that I got a report on this morning, the individual complained. I asked the NCA to reach out to him. For 48 hours, he did not respond. So I had to go back on X and retweet at him and say that we've been trying to reach out to you. When we did the investigation, it turned out that he actually handed his own device over to somebody. And when they did the record, they realized that the person used it to watch and stream videos. And that's how come the data he was expecting to keep. And I have evidence of this. I mean, and some of them, we've actually urged some of them to come out and do public sensitization. I'm sure you all saw the one by Mr. DKB when he complained about his data, and subsequently he realized that it was from his own user behavior. But like I said, we will continue to deal with every single one that comes our way.
Now, bano 5G in Semsema under the time of Madam Esla Owusu Ekufu, the former minister for communications. No, Chidemu said, "Omo launch 5G network in Ghana." Nemo, Honorable Sam Natijo Chidemu said, or started the record straight said, "There's no 5G network in Ghana as of now. They are now working towards bringing 5G into Ghana." And it is because as I know, so I launched it some time past that. Bosemu Kasema and I say, who rather some. We were
told, I think as of last year or so, that by the 1st of December, once you switch on your phone, you should be able to access 5G. What did you inherit, and why are we where we are as of now?
Komla from TV3 asked about NGIC. I think it was sometime in November 2024 that the previous administration launched with fanfare 5G, let's just say that it was smoke screens and voicemail. There was actually no fact. I mean, even that day at that center where they launched the 5G, there was no 5G network, and there is no 5G anywhere. If there was 5G, I haven't directed the NCA or NGIC to turn off any 5G site. We would have seen it. But I think it's such smoke screens and gaslighting from the previous administration that made the Ghanaian people give such a decisive victory to President Mahama. And that's why for me as his Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation, I'll be truthful and honest with the Ghanaian people. We have no 5G service in the country. NGIC has received all the necessary approvals. In fact, last 2 weeks, I gave the final connecting entity license approval for MNOs. They're asking for an additional license for ISPs, which I have declined. My argument is simple. You have a license. You've had it for almost 3 years. At the very least, I've given you the authority and the license to regulatory approval for you to connect to MNOs. Focus on that and roll out with MNOs. Why do you want me to add additional ISP licenses for you? No, deal with MNOs. Let's see that you've rolled out with MNOs. 6 months after you've rolled out with MNOs, we'll consider granting ISP licenses as well. But for now, like I have indicated, if by end of Q4, we do not see a full commercial rollout on telecom operators of the NGIC 5G network, we would take away the exclusivity clause and then review the entire license arrangement in the interest of the Ghanaian people.
And ultimately, so busuyan sabredi and some minister that to gano e nsembia emu shipa one Dstv yamam kwan say by August service 1 prices so they are going to be suspended from Ghana. And no chikrampo no data nsem so actually say data no run faster check your settings on phone so and no one dey unya no data the operators are doing what is expected of them. Now, if you cramp, there's no 5G network because 5G in Ghana, it is not true. They are now working to bring 5G network to Ghana. If Honorable Sam George in similar to Ghana in the comment section, don't forget to subscribe to Msika TV on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram for latest updates. In the comment section. That's how share video now from so in the share. I am so for na appear. Makramo. Bye bye.